a key element of both corporate and personal responsibility is subsidiarity, which is, and it's I use very basic definitions. I mean, I'm sure those of you that are familiar with the catechism will probably correct me on this, and that's fine. Subsidiary is the people that are going to be affected by the decision make the decision. If I was going to buy you pizza tonight, I decide we'll all get pepperoni. That's not subsidiary, that's me making a decision. But if you're involved in what you want, and what's good for you, and good for your family, and good for your community, we're all involved. Right now with fracking, that absolutely does not exist. It absolutely does not exist. When was the last time a community could decide whether they're going to be fracked or not? It's coming up on the ballot in a couple of towns in Ohio this year. Often the poor are so busy surviving that they forget this. I mean, they don't even get asked, truth be told. I'm amazed at how many boards of directors I've sat on over the years where we know exactly what the poor people need. And there's not a poor person on the board. The organization I represent has enough blood in their hands for that as well. But here we are. We have poor people, aren't maybe educated, they haven't been to law school. They're surviving, and someone shows up promising them $300 to $1,200 a month if they let them go to the corner of their yard where they won't even see it. And we'll get good jobs for your kids too. Well, who doesn't want good jobs for their kids? I love good jobs. Living wage jobs are a dream of mine for everyone that wants one. They don't know the terms of the contract. They forget to mention in the contract that, 12 tractor-trailer trucks are coming in every day. The poor don't have the education. So they're not making an informed decision, now are they? It's hard, because they're so busy surviving. This is a way for them to survive, short term. They're living this tyranny of poverty. In addition, the practice of fracking is never fully disclosed to people as well, and doctors are going to get into this. Numbers vary, but it's never less than 700 different chemicals are going into the ground, none of which are the concentrations of which are public knowledge, which are trade secrets. They're not, let me tell you something, as far as I know, I'm the only one here bound by a seal of silence, and that's only a confession. Corporate America is not bound by that. They act like they are, but they're not. Why aren't we challenging these people? We're connected to them. They're part of the community as well. They go to the same churches as us. They send their kids to the same schools as us. These chemicals they put in the ground, and they never come out. And they stay there, and they kill plants, and they kill cattle, and now they're killing people, and they're destroying water. Where is the subsidiary in that? How did these people have any voice in saying, oh yeah, I would love to have my water supply ruined. Oh, can I get a piece of that? No, they don't. They're not even given a say in the matter. It's a total violation. And this promise of work. Who doesn't want good jobs? I want to talk to that person that doesn't want a good job. I want to talk to the person that wants to just sit around and do nothing. Because truthfully, 13 years as a priest working with the real poor, I've never met those people. They may be there, but I've never met them. I've never met them. There's 1,000 reasons why they can't have a job, some of which involve addiction and whatnot, but they're not there. Jobs. These jobs never come yet. These jobs never come. They're always on the horizon, but they never come. All work has dignity. The Catholic Church has taught that for many years. It's core to the Catholic social teaching. The dignity of work and the act of work itself is in fact dignified. We know that. However, when the work is destructive, it's not dignified. When it violates the rights of others, or worse yet, when it exposes a person to dangers and makes no accommodations for their safety, well then it really lacks the necessary elements for dignity, doesn't it? However, the two most important reasons, I think, as people of faith, and the two most important reasons I, as a confessing Roman Catholic, child of God, regardless of the fact that I'm a priest, are these. We as a society have always looked out for the widows and orphans. Every religious tradition in the history of religious tradition has a tenet, care for widows and orphans. Well, who are the widows and orphans in 2012? The poor, particularly the rural poor, that don't have access. They're isolated and disconnected. They're being sold a bill of goods that will simply never be delivered. This entire enterprise of fracking is a lie. And no matter how many times you tell a lie, it's still a lie. That these people, and I know people have done this, people that I've been in their homes, I've baptized their children, I buried a woman in January because of this. She died because of fracking. I'm convinced of it, and I'm never convinced to be different. And let me tell you something. Standing at the door of the church waiting for a casket to someone you love that died unnecessarily is not a pleasant moment. Out of desperation and manipulation, these people are being forced into decisions that cannot be reversed. We are called as a people of faith to stand in solidarity with them, with these widows and orphans, whomever and however they manifest themselves, whether they be strangers or friends or family or rural poor, who are part of this complicated web of relationships of ours we're all involved with and connected to. Remember, and this is the other reason I'm deeply concerned about God's creation. By doing so, we're fulfilling God's demand or injunction to care for creation. In the book of Genesis we read, God created man in his image. In the divine image he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them, saying, be fertile and multiply. Fill the earth, have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and all the living things that move on the earth. God also said, see, I give you every seed-bearing plant over all the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit. On it will be your food. And to all the animals of the land, all the birds of the air, and all the living creatures that crawl on the ground, and I give all the green plants for food. And so it happened. And so it happened. God looked at everything he made, and he found it very good.